The trippy part is that I'm still using fucking Movie Maker to do this. But also when we edit, sometimes we like a bottle of Hennessy. So, I mean, I need to get my life together. Alright, we're back from work again. Another day in the book. Been a little while since I filmed. I like the whole setup in here way more than in the kitchen. It expands. I like that. Today, long day at work. Wanted to it's kind of the in-between of a lot of stuff that we're doing right now. Still waiting on that tax money to come in, so you can't spend too much, but you also are prepping for what you want to get. I feel like most of this vlog is just me buying shit and showing it off, which, you know, ultimately when it's warmer, we're gonna go outside, because I'm like, that's kind of the forwarding of this is like introducing you to certain people, introducing everybody that watches these into actual aspects of my life rather than just the stuff that I buy. But a lot of this stuff does mean a lot to me, so, you know, that's just how it is. Shout out to this nice olive green Adidas hoodie. You know who you are, very special person. But today, it's not Adidas. What else would it be? Dragon Ball. Got another Banpresto figure from Target. If you're not checking Target for these things, you're kind of screwing up. Very happy that they are finally getting these in. This is definitely one that I had no clue that this was going to be coming in. I didn't realize. I don't know anything really about the Banpresto stuff, so I'm still getting, you know, knowing what a lot of these things are. But this is the Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, whichever way you want to say it, the Vegito. Saw it. I went in knowing that there would be one in there, and I didn't care which one it was. I just wanted to buy it. So let me get this figure together for a second, and then we will take a look at the figure. All right. The box was all fucked up too. I almost was about to ask if they could take anything off because of a damaged box, but I honestly think people that ask those questions are fucking annoying. Can't get into too many details about that. Very happy with the figure. It looks really good. I'm starting to get used to kind of getting these things. It's like 26 bucks after tax and everything, so I mean it's totally worth it, especially with a figure that looks good. I'd seen this figure, I think Box Lunch had it and a couple other people have had it, but he's fucking cool. God, get your ass up in there. Never want to sit. They never want to go in exactly like how they're supposed to. Oh. But yeah, there's Vegito. That's cool looking. I like it. He's just like, what? Here's the base. Yeah, I'm really happy with these figures. I'm glad that they're starting to kind of get better and getting higher quality. Statues were not like this when I was growing up. When I was growing up, we didn't really have this quality of thing, and you'd have to spend fucking way more money. You're spending like 60, 70 bucks back in the day on a lot of the same quality figures, which is cool about, you know, just production is getting better in these things, which is what a lot of people need, and it helps out a lot of people at the same time. But let's put him on the stand and let's see how this looks. So this is the figure. He's pretty cool looking. Definitely you can see through the face. It has a lot of good details. I like the outfit. You really like, just the colors in this one are really pretty. I really like how the hair looks. I don't know if you can really tell right through there, but yeah, they have this, but you can see how the colors are really in there. That blue is super, it pops, and it's got that nice little metallic sheen to it. The face sculpt is absolutely amazing. Yeah, that face sculpt is really good. For people that, like I said before, if you are maybe not the biggest Dragon Stars person or SH figure arts person, but you don't want to, you know, you want good quality, but you don't want to spend too much, I would always say that the Banpresto line has really impressed me ever since I've gotten into it, so I'm very happy with it. But yeah, that's kind of what I got today. I was very happy with this figure. I'm really starting to like these. I'm kind of just picking them up randomly right now. There's no real rhyme or reason behind what I'm getting anything. But at the same time, you know, we're just trying to get stuff that's cool. It was a rough day, so I need something to make me feel a little bit better. And this guy definitely did that. So let me go to the next part. All right. Finally got back. It's probably the second part of the video right now. A lot of pickups have been happening, but I sometimes think that sometimes people don't exactly know The difference, if you aren't into shoes, but you do watch the videos, this is kind of like a quick explanation. If you are into sneakers, if you're into Ultra Boost, if you're into all this other stuff, you already know kind of really what all this stuff is, but I kind of want to do a quick layout. I'm going to go through the different kinds of Ultra Boost and then a couple, I don't have all of the different types of NMDs, but a lot of people, if you're trying to get into Boost, if you watch this, you go, well, I want to feel actual comfort on my feet. This is kind of like a buyer's guide, kind of how to, you know, whatever it is. So we have some of the ones laid out here. I wanted to go through Ultra Boost first. So first off, you have your 1.0s. The 1.0s are absolutely 100% the most coveted of all of them, pretty much. A lot of these Ultra Boosts, like they said, is kind of on the decline, but at the same time, you're still seeing some sneakers and some colorways that are still going for exactly what they've always gone for. It's all about your definition of hype. It depends on what you think is that, and some people just want to wear the most current thing, and they don't really care about what's good, and they don't really care about what's bad. They just want whatever everybody else is wearing. So starting off, we have our 1.0s. The 1.0, it is the granddaddy of all the Ultra Boosts. This is the OG. This originally came out in 2015. It is still, to me, one of the best looking shoes that I think probably in my entire collection. I love wearing this. I'm probably gonna have to double up just so I can have one on ice, but we do have the Ultra Boost OG 1.0. The original 1.0 had this little arrowhead pattern on it. It's a really good shoe. I like that they added the Continental on the bottom of these. If anybody knows anything about Adidas and Ultra Boost and all that stuff, when the original Ultra Boost came out, it did not have Continental tread, and people would run through these things in a fucking minute. You have your 1.0s right here. Shut the fuck up. God, I hate living in a college town. This shit is fucking dumb. Moving on, we're going over to the 2.0. My recent 2.0 pickup is our Lady Liberties. This shoe, I do not understand why this did not go crazy. But I guess, you know, some people aren't into Ultra Boost anymore, or they've moved on to other things. But these 3M all the way through, you can see the difference in the toe pattern. Really on that one, you have more of that grid layout. It always looked like a big toe with the other toes cut off. That's how, I don't know, I've just always seen it like that. But you have your 2.0s. These I've really gotten into recently. The 2.0 caught a lot of flack, I think, when it came out. Now that we look at it retrospectively, the 2.0 caught a lot of flack because of the amount of change that people were there. But it's funny now when you talk about it, because you kind of realize we were all fucking stressing out about nothing. This shoe is still sick. This shoe still is a head turner. Every time I wear this, somebody's like, yo, those are really cool. And yeah, you have your 3M all the way through the pattern on that. It's, I don't know if the light is catching it, but super, super underrated shoe. This shoe was going for a lot of money back in the days. Back in the day, I should say. This shoe, it went for a lot. It re-released. Obviously, people kind of slept on these. It's the antique brass. It's not technically the My Adidas, but the box says My Adidas, and it all has all the same shit as the My Adidas. So My Adidas 2.0. I love the 2.0s. The Night Navies are still the one that I want to get. The black reflectives are really cool. Kind of saving up. Got a couple shoes that I'm looking at, but they are going to cost a little bit of money, but keep that on the DL. Moving over to 3.0s. 3.0, this is one of my favorite 3.0s. You have your energy red with that bright ass orangish red. It will totally look different on the camera. When I first saw this shoe, I thought it was going to be like a very, very, very red. It is actually, when you look at it in person, like I said, the camera's probably not picking it up. It is more of an orange. It's an orange red kind of motif on it, but the black speckling. I'm an Orioles fan. Obviously, I like Baltimore everything, but this shoe is sick because it's right up my alleyway with the colorways. I definitely like the vibe. The 3.0 though is absolutely by far the most comfortable, I think, of all Ultra Boosts. That stretch on these, this shit is just like a sock. Don't let the shape fool you. You really can't feel it on your feet. But yeah, I really have I've probably the most out of all the shoes. I have 3.0s. 3.0 is where everything kind of took off. It's where the more colorways came out. The accessibility got a lot easier for people. People that wanted to get into it really could get into it. It's a good looking shoe. I'm really glad that nowadays, if you want to go get a pair of 3.0s, you're probably, if you got 200 bucks, you pretty much have the entire catalog in front of you, except for maybe like Chinese New Year's or anything like that. That is the 3.0. I really like that. People call it the stretch mark pattern. I get it, but at the same time, it's kind of dumb. And then moving over to 4.0, my favorite 4.0, my personal opinion of the best looking 4.0 is the Miami Hurricanes, because we rep the U. It's going to be real this season. I'm super happy to wear these later on in the year. This shoe went totally under the radar. You can probably get a pair of these right now for 110, 120 bucks after shipping and all that. So if you like Miami, or if you are a fan of the 1.0 Miami Hurricanes, I still do not know why you do not have this shoe. Obviously, if you can afford it, and if you're looking for it, and if you want to buy it, I think you should buy it. But this is definitely the best 4.0. The 4.0 is synonymous with the little arrowhead on the grip. Kind of get the 1.0 to really kind of show that. But yeah, those patterns, they're pretty, it's pretty obvious when you look at it. When you stretch out, you can really see that pattern right there, and then you have it right there. These two are like cousins. I wish that people would honestly understand that. Say if you were trying to figure out if you want a 1.0 or a 4.0, I always would technically say 1.0 because it's the OG and it's where it all really began. But the 4.0 is definitely something that people should look into if you are trying to get a shoe to run in, or to just have a lifestyle shoe. The 4.0 definitely grips your foot the best. I don't have any of the Ultra Boost 19s because I think that silhouette's fucking whack. I think the main issue with that shoe was the linear lines across the fourth on your toe. I don't think it looks good. I get that there's 25% more boost. I'm a big boost person, but at the same time, if it doesn't look good, I'm not gonna wear it. And I haven't seen a colorway, really a colorway that makes me want to buy it. The only one that I really saw that I thought looked really good, other than the fucking toe lines, is the multicolor. The multicolor was cool, but I'm a sucker for multicolor, so that is kind of where that goes through. So that's the Ultra Boost section of the video. Going over into the NMDs, obviously these recent pickups. We have our NMD R1 in the marbles. I absolutely love this shoe. I have worn this shoe so much. I already got my box. It's already getting a little, that EVA, that's the only gripe I have about EVA foam and about the NMD, is that these things, if you're stepping, if you're walking, if you're really wearing this shoe, it's gonna do all that, but you can't really get past it. It's just, body weight will do that. Any type of pressure will do that. You put me on it, I'm probably gonna do that to it. But I really like the NMD. The R1 is really cool. I really do enjoy the shoe. I'm looking forward to get more of them. It's not a big deal about the EVA with the little creases. It's kind of like going back to Jordans a little bit. It made me, I kind of had a reminiscent moment about it, where I was like, that's what it's like to have creases on your shoe. I totally forgot, because Boost, it kind of bunches up more than creasing. So if you have a pair of Ultra Boosts that you wear all the time, you can kind of look at the front, at the top of it, where all the little dots are and all the little boost pellets are, and this stuff will kind of like smush together. I still think it's a way better look than a fucking creased ass like Jordan 3 midsole with the paint chipping and all that shit. Today I wore the City Sock, the CS2 in the Ronin. I love this shoe. The shoe was super hype for a little bit, but then it kind of just died off. The CS2 stuff, it's really cool. The prime knit on these are ridiculous, and I love the little hashing. Every time I wear this shoe, somebody says I like your shoe. And I don't really wear my shoes for people to give me compliments, but if you're gonna give me a compliment, it's a good shoe to give one to. Really the only block you're gonna deal with is on the inside. I think it's the intermedial part of the foot. I could totally be wrong on that. If somebody corrects me, I'm not gonna take it too bad. The City Socks are cool. I'm kind of the only ones I'm really looking at right now. I like really a big fan of the Kith ones. I think the pink ones are ridiculous because it has the 3 stripes that go down, and then they have like the sand or gold or whatever colorway it is. You have that and the United Arrows and Sons. That one's really cool. It has like the eyes and shit looking on the inside. But yeah, that is the City Sock. That's the CS2. You do have your CS1 City Socks, which is more of the R1, like the previous one that I showed you, where it has the blocks through there. But I really wanted to get that full kind of effect. I don't have any CS2s. I just really haven't seen a colorway that I like. So it's kind of one of those things where if I don't see a colorway I like, I'm not really gonna fuck with it. But that's kind of like what I wanted to talk about. So if you're trying to get an Ultra Boost, if you're trying to get an NMD, if you're trying to get really anything, it's not just that easy. You kind of got to go with pattern. Where you want a 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, blah, 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 blah. You have all these choices. It's really cool. And that was kind of like the big point of this for people that like Boost, for people that are still on the Boost wave, that still enjoy what Adidas is putting out, and you still are out there buying what they have. Now is a really good time to go backwards. If you're trying to get things that you missed out on during the hype train, and now that all the hype beasts have kind of left, yeah. Now is kind of the time to go get that. Obviously, like I'm wearing the camo. I have zero interest in the Bape Ultra Boost. That None of it. It's just not something that I'm into. It's a cool shoe, it's a cool idea, it's a cool collab, but it's just not my cup of tea. Respect anybody that, you know, spent thousands and thousands of dollars trying to get that entire pack. Came with a helmet and came with like gloves and a hoodie, and I think there was like compression pants and like there was a bunch of shit. You could pretty much outfit an entire football player with that pack, but had a cleat and everything that came with it, but that's beside. But yeah, that's really where this video kind of was going to, was if you're trying to get into Ultra Boost, or if you're trying to get into NMDs or any type of Adidas product with Boost in it, or if you've been on it, right now is a great time because a lot of the prices have gone down. It's still pretty affordable. It's still the most comfortable thing that's out on the market. As soon as something else comes up, trust me, I'll be the first one to tell you. But yeah, there's nothing really out there that's kind of even challenging it on the comfort, but it also is what you're looking for. If you want a solid ground plant, Boost is probably not for you, but if you want to walk on clouds, then come take a walk on the wild side.